questions?
Yeah, hard-fought football game. Really proud of my football team. Thought they gave us everything they had. We just came up short. Game kind of flipped on that defensive pass interference call on third down, and they were able to capture some momentum there in the third quarter. Proud of our guys for being able to get back, get the touchdown, get 2 to cut it to 3, but ultimately 2 turnovers at the end were the difference. So that'll open up for questions.
Eli, so obviously you haven't had a chance to really look at the play, but the one that was intercepted by the defensive line, do you have an idea kind of what happened on that play?
Don't. We were running a little tight end hide play, and I had my eyes on the tight end. He was open, and all of a sudden I just saw the defender with the ball, so I'll have to watch it and see.
Coach, after the LSU loss, you said the 5 in the locker room was disappointed but not devastated. Is that kind of the same feeling that you have after this one?
Yeah, there's a lot of hurt guys in that room. We put a lot into this one. And we knew it would be a 4-quarter fight, and just, disappointing to be so close but so far away at the same time. So, we'll take 24 hours and figure out what it was, but there's still a lot of football left. There's still a lot of football to play, and we got 3 really tough football teams left. So nobody's going to feel sorry for us, and we're going to have to pick ourselves up and get back to work.
Coach, you said earlier in the week that third downs and red zone play would determine this game, and what facets did the execution not work out well in those areas?
Yeah, I mean, their first touchdown on a 4-point play was a third down. They threw a screen that scored. We first drive of the second half went down and ended up kicking a field goal right there instead of scoring a touchdown. So, I mean, ultimately those things, we were 5 of 13, they were 6 of 13 on third down. So, I think that kind of all says it.
How about Brady's play overall in a tough environment?
Yeah, I mean, he got us to the fourth quarter, obviously, and was very tough and gritty, just like he always is. And, I know he's going to beat himself up, but he doesn't need to. I mean, that's what happens when you play quarterback and you go on the road. He did everything he could to give us a chance to win. Obviously, we got to see what happened on the turnovers, but not disappointed at all.
Can you talk about the contributions by Schrader and Burden as well, and how much they kept up with the game? Yeah,
I mean, obviously the first touchdown of the game, big time throw and catch to Lou, and honestly, we probably didn't get him enough opportunity. Well, I knew they put 3 on him and defended him a little bit, but and then I mean, what else can you say about Cody Schrader? 112-yard rushing. I mean, unbelievable. Another just fighter, and he's a heck of a player.
You've tested these guys really like no one else has the past 2 years. You touched on it, but you put into words frustration, hurt, whatever it is that it feels like to come close against you guys again.
You got to go battle, and you got to go battle, and that's what we did. And there's no guarantee of outcomes in the battle. You got to go out there and give it everything you got. You got to put everything you have into it. You got to put your whole heart into it, and our team does that. They put everything they got into it. Our coaches, everybody. But when the game's over, you got to pick up the pieces. This is the final game of the year, so we're disappointed because we put ourselves in a position to contend for the SEC East, which is the goal that we have in place, and that's really not going to be in our control any longer, and so we got to refocus on what our new goals are, and that'll be the challenge for me and our staff and our captains to refocus our energy on what we can accomplish this season. So we want to win every game, so I don't care if it's Checkers or South Dakota State or Georgia. We want to win every game.
Eli, your offensive line, I mean, obviously Cody had a big day. They did pretty well at the line of scrimmage. Had a couple of the pre-snap things. Did noise or atmosphere have any sort of impact there, do you think?
I mean, in the first half, we had 2 false starts, one of them on a move call that they had, and then the other one was on us. But I thought we handled the environment fine. I mean, it's a big-time environment, so you're going to have some things you got to fix.
Coach, what did they tell you about that offensive pass interference late in the game, or called it and picked it up? What did the refs tell you?
You know, the thing about our league is that there's not really any explanations, and then there's no explanations to y'all from them. So, I mean, you can ask me all you want. I can't really say anything, but better question is to ask them, because I thought it's, you know, whether or not it's conclusive evidence. I can't see any conclusive evidence where the ball is, but apparently in Birmingham they found conclusive evidence. So I don't know. I guess you'll have to write a letter to somebody there and see if they'll answer it.
Eli, what is it about this Georgia team that seems to be able to kind of just step up a notch late in games? It's happened a couple of years in a row.
I mean, they're champs. That's what champs do. I mean, you got to knock them out. We couldn't knock them out. I mean, they've got a championship mindset. They've been in these battles before. I mean, so we knew we weren't going to come in here and sneak one out. We had to go toe to toe with them, and we did through 3 quarters. We just couldn't finish it the last 5 minutes of the game.
Eli, we're just one of the first 2 possessions that you guys were kind of stop that kind of as the second quarter went on. What kind of changed in those few possessions?
I'll have to go back and watch the tape, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I know we had the ability to affect the quarterback, which was kind of going into the game what we felt like we needed to do. But you know, he's really gaining a lot of confidence in his play since the Auburn game, and you can tell that that's continuing to grow. I mean, he made some big time plays in some tough situations.
Coach, you seemed pretty fired up right before halftime on that run where Cody Schrader had gone to the boundary, they called it inbounds. Like, what was kind of the thought process as you and George were exchanging possessions that right before halftime?
Yeah, ball goes out of bounds. It should be a dead clock. I mean, I don't know what else to ask. The ball goes out of bounds. It should be a dead clock, but yet they wind it, and then there's no explanation to anybody about it. So, I mean, I don't know. They always come over there and it doesn't matter. So there's no explanation on why it wasn't a dead clock. And so for us, if we would go out of bounds and they stop the clock there, then we don't let it run off. We try to move the ball and get into field goal range. That was the design of the scheme and the play. And yeah, I guess you'll have to, again, try to ask them that question. But
Time for a couple more.
Eli, you after Brady threw the second interception, you're down 9. You still had 3 timeouts. Did you give any thought to maybe using the 3 timeouts, trying to get the ball back, or had you already decided that not to use those?
on the last possession,
Yeah.
when they hit the toss sweep for about 20,
Yeah.
after that one?
Yeah.
No.
Earlier in the first half, there was an opportunity to maybe throw a chance at converting on a 3rd and long, but you guys opted to run to the right with Schrader. Was there a reason behind that? Was there something that you guys saw on the field, or was that just kind of to keep yourself in position to not make a mistake?
What was the score in the game?
I believe it was either 10-7 or 7-3.
Who was winning?
I would have to check on that.
So all that context matters, right? And we're in a position, that's the loudest part of the end zone. We'd already got called for a false start. It was 3rd and 9, and we're in a position there to, see if we can pop a run for a first down. And if we don't, put our defense out there that's playing pretty good. But what you don't want to do is put yourself in a bad situation, like a situation where your quarterback could get strip sack fumble, which happened to the previous team, kind of in a similar situation. And so our goal was to, make sure we're smart. We wanted to attack them but not be reckless in how we do that. And so all those situations matter. Context matters in game decision making.
Eli, you used something to prove all year. Do you feel like the team proved something to people maybe outside your building today, or do you care?
We're here to win. We're here to win. I mean, if people don't think our group's a bunch of fighters who are going to fight you tooth and nail for every inch, I mean, we ain't got to prove it to y'all anyway. So, I mean, we came here to win, not to keep it close, not to try to get it in the fourth quarter and see what could happen. We tried to win. We played to win and came up short. And don't regret the way any of the game played out. Don't regret the quarterback's decision. I mean, I don't regret him being our quarterback. I don't regret any of that stuff. We came here and played to win and didn't quite get it done. But I'm not deterred from what we're trying to accomplish this year.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.